Welcome to the Saturday Service Podcast. I hope you guys are having a great Saturday. I'm your host, Drummer Rouse, and each episode takes us through the journey of a different young entrepreneur and how they got to where they are now. Today, we are joined by a good friend of mine, Zane Burstin, a 17-year-old CEO, gym rat, someone that loves to post on TikTok way too much. And ladies, you have to wait one more year because he's only 17. Let's get right into it. Zane, how's your day going?
My day's going well. Just wrapped up with school. Been hooked on this new TV show, Halo.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. But, you know, Strummer told me about what he's got going on. Saw your first episode and was like, had to be here.
There we go. So, Zane, you're CEO of a protein supplement company.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about that.
It's been a crazy journey for sure. Started about 3 years ago, going into my sophomore year. And, you know, something that I love to talk about, and, you know, people often say that as a young entrepreneur, your mentality ages 30 years, and that's something I've definitely realized and I've learned. Yes, this journey has helped me develop a little financially and, you know, with my network, but I think the most important and valuable walk away has been the mental maturity and, you know, my ability to process things in a more, you know, mature way. I think mature may be the wrong word I'm looking for, but
Definitely.
kind of like a more real life, I would say, real life view of things.
That's awesome. And your protein company is called Pure Fusion.
Yes, sir. We just sold over 1,000 bags. So
Congrats.
pretty big milestone.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah, we've been selling only for 3 months too, so it was quite ambitious, but we did it.
And ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, I may look very skinny, but I have been on my PF grind.
What do you think?
Guys, this literally just tastes like chocolate milk. Like, it doesn't taste like any supplement or anything. It's like daily drink.
That's perfect.
So what makes your protein company like different from the others?
Yeah, I mean, people ask me that
Just
a
quick
lot.
something.
We're the first protein supplement that combines all 5 core ingredients for muscle growth, strength, and rejuvenation from a single source at the highest degree. And, yeah, I mean, the journey, being a young entrepreneur, and I stress it a lot, like, take advantage of your age. I was only able to do this and make it taste really good because, you know, most entrepreneurs are in their late 30s, early 40s. They can't spend 2.5 years formulating a shake to make it taste good, and that's one of the edges my young age has brought me.
Like you said, you just came from school. And what year are you in school?
I'm a senior right now at Harbor Westlake.
Nice. Is it hard?
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty scared for senior year, I'm not going to lie.
Honestly, it's not as hard as people seem. People love to exaggerate. But, no, it's been fun.
Yeah?
It's been pretty fun, yeah.
Got all the boys.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What's, like, your favorite memory so far this year?
Working, to be honest.
Really?
The milestone was a pretty big moment. But, honestly, the people I've met, you know, I've been fortunate enough to build a pretty solid team, pretty solid group of guys to surround myself with.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And how do your, like, parents feel about you always talking about business, just being an entrepreneur so young?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I've always been an independent kid, so,
Yeah.
you know, growing up, I was a little pushy on them and the things they put on me and the lessons and all that. But I realized that, you know, that actually played a major role in growing up as a person. Like, the other day I was asked, because I get asked all the time, you know, how do we balance school, you know, sports, working out every day, and running a company, and where my passion comes from. And I used to, you know, selfishly say that it was God-given, but in reality, I was thinking about it. I was asked that about like a month ago, actually.
Yeah.
And driving home, I realized the reality is it comes from my parents, you know?
Yeah, of course.
My mom was one of the most perfect mother I could have ever asked for. My dad was kind of like the harsher, tough love guy, but again, one of the most amazing people. And
shout out Zane's Mama Dukes and Papa Dukes.
Yes, sir. They set the bar for me pretty high, and then mixed, you know, with my want to be independent, kind of drove me to want to be a businessman. My dad was a businessman. My mom's somewhat of an entrepreneur herself, so I've always wanted to enter that realm. But at first, you know, I was a troubled kid. 'Cause I've had some things happen to me, but I didn't want to do school, right? So my parents were actually very upset at first because they saw me prioritizing something that wasn't getting me into an Ivy League, getting me into a good school to get a degree and go get a good job. Because me personally, like, I'm serious, as cliche as it is, I don't think I'd ever be able to work for someone else. My temper's too short, and yeah.
I love that. That's awesome. So, I'm sorry you had some things happen in your past. Tell us a little bit about that. What, if you're comfortable with it?
Yeah,
Just
of
share
course.
some stories with us.
And that's another thing, like I brought up earlier, you know, you mature a lot, you know. 100%. I remember the first time I told someone this story was last December, believe it or not. And that was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Wow.
But being able to open up is frowned upon, especially as a man in our society. I don't want to get too soft, but let's get into it.
No, let's get soft.
Yeah.
Fuck the stereotype of men gotta be tough. Like,
yeah,
it's a safe space. Run it.
So, you know, I was 13 years old, doing what kids do. I snuck out with some of my friends and we were riding these bikes that we rented, and one of my friends ended up getting hit by a drunk driver. Wow. And I just remember, you know, trying to, like, wishing it wasn't real in a sense. Like, it literally felt like a nightmare. I remember after that all happened, sitting in my pantry. Couldn't even tell my parents. I literally sat in my pantry for the entirety of the night, like, just like, what the fuck just happened, you know? And I wish I could tell you, Strom, that's where, I mean, you know about this, but where that spiral stopped, but it wasn't. A month after that, my grandfather, who, again, where a lot of my resilience comes from, was a big role model of mine, an even bigger role model to my mother. He ended up passing away from lung cancer.
Wow.
Yeah. And that, obviously, that had a huge impact on me, but it had an even bigger impact on my mom. And a month after that, so each one of these events is literally a month apart, over 3 months.
Wow.
And my parents ended up separating. And, you know, I grew up in a pretty traditional household, so that was like, wow, like, that really flipped my world. It sent me in a really dark place. You know, growing up, I was always a very sporty kid, pretty athletic. I used to be pretty good at lacrosse. You know, I was playing 3 years up on the national team. I remember I used to be playing with my older brother, who's 3 years older than me, and his classmates on the same team. But after that happened, you know, nothing really mattered. Started eating a lot, gained a lot of weight, started doing things I shouldn't do, but that got me into fitness. And yeah, fitness makes you look good. Fitness gives you those muscles. But what fitness really does is it teaches.
I have a question before you jump into that. Sorry to interrupt.
No worries.
Why did it get you into fitness?
Because I wanted it. Because I mean, I just wanted to better myself. You know, I remember seeing direction my life was headed. Like, I was never a fat kid, but after that happened, I started eating a whole lot. And
tell us about.
Yeah,
we've spoke about this. Sorry, I keep interrupting.
No,
you,
you're
but
good.
There's just so much, like,
to decompress.
Beautiful stuff that you're saying right now. Is as sad as it is, it's like beautiful in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
After your friend got hit by a drunk driver, like, let's go a little bit back into that. Like, what was your initial reaction, like, right after? Because I remember you telling me some stuff.
Yeah.
About what you did.
Yeah. Wow, this is getting deep, but I like it.
If that's okay with you.
Of course. I mean, my initial reaction was, like, words can't describe what that feels like, you know? It's like this pit, this bottomless pit in your stomach. And it's like, imagine if the wind got knocked out of you, but it was more of like a mental pain.
Yeah.
And it never really went away. And I still have that pit to this day. But again, because of fitness, I've learned to channel that pit and use it. I like to say, like you kind of elaborated on, or kind of stated, I'll elaborate a little more, is like, you have to learn how to carry those wounds as scars. Because
that's beautiful.
Yeah. You know, nothing's more powerful than a scar with a story. And that endless pit of anger, hatred, and, you know, I blamed myself for a while. You know, I was like, why would I sneak out? Why would I convince my friends to sneak out with me? But, you know, shit happens. And if you blame yourself for shit that happens, you're going to let those events define you. And if you let events define you, you can't grow, you know?
It's life.
It's life. But yeah, that was my initial reaction. And it's like, I remembered, like, even up till last year, till I opened up. And this is why, like, I'm okay with opening up now. And I hope guys out there can maybe if they take anything from this video, is open up. You know, you're not a pussy for opening up. Because I remember, like, days when I was working out in my back house and I would just, like, fucking start bawling. Like, I would just lay on the floor and just start crying for no reason. And it's like, you know, I didn't tell anyone. I couldn't. I literally would have rather died than talk about this. But, you know, finally being able to open up, it was like, channeled it even more, to be honest. You know, I used to feel like if I would open it up, my drive would disappear, but that's not true at all. And if that is the case, then it's not as impactful as you thought it was. Because, yeah, I still carry that with me every day. And it's like this chip on my shoulder. It's like, I'm not doing this for myself anymore, you know? I'm doing this for the people that I've left behind, the people that have passed away, and my friends, honestly. I think
love that.
The people you surround yourself with is the most important people to do it for.
I love that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I love that you're so open about that, Zane. That's very hard, and that's very strong. That's awesome. So those losses of yours got you into fitness.
Yeah.
And fitness brought you into your company.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your fitness journey.
Yeah, so I mean, my fitness journey was wild, dude.
Yeah.
You know, at first, again, going back to that, me being, you know, wanting to be an independent person. So my uncle's big into fitness, and nice. My first set of weights were given to me by him. And I remember him telling me how to work out correctly, and I just didn't give a fuck. You know, I kind of just...
Like, what is this dude talking about?
Yeah, I kind of just wanted to get as big as possible. And I remember doing, like, fucking 40 reps, 12 sets. And, you know, I didn't get bigger. I didn't even get leaner, you know?
Yeah.
But that, again, is a lesson that fitness has taught me. It's like, you either learn the hard way or you learn from other people. And that's something that my parents have stressed on me since a child. You know, if I would make a mistake, my parents would warn me once. And if I did it again, you know, it's like, play with the fire. Don't expect to get, you know, don't be surprised when you get burned. So they let me burn myself a lot. And that's what happened with fitness. But then that taught me to really listen to people that have done stuff. You know, maybe they're not better than you overall, but if they're better than you at one thing, there's something to be learned. And then I really started, you know, tapping in at lifting, listening to advice, watching videos, and that's when I noticed the growth. But I started applying that mindset to my life. And at that time in my life, I wanted to make money. And, you know, thankfully that I've learned that I can listen.
What age is this?
This is 15. No, 14, sorry.
14, 3 years ago.
Yeah. And then I wanted to make money, and using that mindset that I've learned from fitness, I went to my dad. You know, my dad's an entrepreneur. He's made some money in his career, and he helped me start drop shipping on Amazon. And I was selling a bundle with the 5 core ingredients for muscle growth, strength, and rejuvenation. And it's the other thing I've learned from fitness, like oversimplification. Like, people tend to look at things through this super zoomed in lens. They never zoom out and just see, like, the real easy fix. And for me, that was putting it into one powder and making it taste good. So that was the initial motive. But, you know, building this, and, you know, the cliche of the sleepless nights with my friends. Strummer and I actually had a lot this summer, filming every day, working every day.
Tons.
But it turned into a movement more than just a protein powder. And that movement is, you know, working out every day, because it's a reminder that you keep going no matter what happens. And that's what we want. Not the powder, but the brand to stand for. It's, you know, it's a light, but it's not a shiny light like all these other brands portray. It's a light covered with scars, with dirt. It's not clean at all. But again, that's the reality of life.
100%.
You know, if people always say, you know, they look at trajectories, you go up or down. That's not true at all. If you really look into a graph and you learn in math, no line is straight. Straight lines don't even exist in nature. Like, literally, you can't find a straight line in nature. It's impossible. And that's because everything has ups and downs, and you just got to
That's beautiful.
in. Yeah.
That's beautiful, Zane.
And then if you zoom out and you've been consistent, yeah, there are a lot of downs and there's a lot of ups, but in the long run, it's just the upward trajectory.
You need to go down to get up.
Absolutely.
So we have had a lot of sleepless nights, guys. Like waking up at 6 a.m. to go shoot in a 2-hour away
Torrance,
location,
bro, yeah.
bro.
Far.
Me, I lived in Zane's back house for a while, and we were just starting up here Fusion, and I wouldn't trade those days for anything.
Absolutely.
Those
are the days that really define you, you know? Like, who wants to put in the
That's
work,
really
who doesn't?
in the trenches. Like,
Yeah.
It's not, you guys, big thing I want to elaborate on is, like, you can't start something alone.
No.
When you're trying to build it big. Like, it takes a village. That's Zane's, like, main thing, guys. Like, it takes a village.
Yeah, I mean, there's a quote I talk to a lot, you know, alone you're a droplet. Together you're an ocean.
Wow.
And if you really think about it, it's like...
It's facts.
It's facts, bro. Like, if, you know, you're trying to compete against me, but I got 10 other boys, and we're working on the same frequency, it's like, you're never going to beat me.
Yeah.
Ever. Because you got to beat every single one of my guys.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And then, how did you... So, as a CEO in high school, like, how did you pick and choose to build your team? Who made the cut? Like,
so this is someone, Strummer, you know about Coach Sub, of course.
Shout out, Coach.
Shout out, Coach.
He's a legend.
Coach is a legend. Coach has changed my life. Coach has changed the way I view life, the way I live my life, and the way I view people. And, you know, everyone holds value, but
100%.
Iron sharpens iron. So the way
100%.
I make my team is I used to just, you know, try to do it with my boys, but they're my boys, but some of them just, they don't want it, you know, and and it's like, I didn't learn this till recently. You literally, your brain works on frequencies. That's a fact. And if you surround yourself with people that are working at a lower frequency, it just pulls you down. So the way I build my team is people that challenge me, people that push me to be better. And as of now, it's just 3 guys. And that's Ira. Well, obviously you, but, you know, the everyday type of squad right now is Ira and Jaden. And it's like, those are some fucking beasts. And it's, I know.
Shout out Ira, shout out Jaden. Those, like, dude, those dudes know how to work.
Yeah, I mean,
shout out them.
I know, like, at the end of my day when we hop on our daily check-in, if I don't have something to bring to the table,
they're gone.
They're gone. Not only are they gone, I'm in for fucking hard talking. I'm in for ass whooping.
But that's good. They should hold you accountable.
Oh, yeah. And, again, it's like the frequency that we work at together, you know, we're starting to harmonize.
Yeah.
And that's what's allowed us to sell these 1,000 bags at, you know, 3 months.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge.
And, yeah, I can't, like, people don't realize iron sharpens iron. Surround yourself with people that are better than you and people that you want to be with. And that relates to a quote I learned recently because I've had to, you know, step away from going out every day, hanging out with those, you know, my guys that love to have a good time. But it's like a man that can walk away from what he wants for what he needs is unstoppable. And I've slowly been able to realize that. You got to learn how to step away from comfort because those things are a distraction when you don't know your purpose.
Definitely. You say step away from comfort, guys. Like I mentioned at the beginning, Zane posts on TikTok way too much.
Lord.
Like 10 videos a day, but we spoke about this earlier in the week. You have to, like, embarrassment is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And once you climb over that hill, like, being embarrassed is a positive trait.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can't be embarrassed to post or get yourself out there. Like, tell us about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, and this, again, comes from the frequency I'm now surrounded with. I would have never done this if I wasn't around those guys that really pushed me.
Yeah.
Because I knew if I didn't post, I would lose my team. And some words of wisdom, shout out Jaden Gamey, and Jalen, who's an absolute stud. Shout out Jalen for sure.
Shout out Jalen.
But it's like the corny kid is the kid that everybody wants to be 10 years from now. And that relates to this quote that is, winners focus on winning, losers focus on winners. And what that means is people are going to tear you down. You know, people are going to call you corny. People are going to make fun of the videos you post. But that's because they wish they had half the fucking balls you do for doing what you're doing. Like, put yourself out there.
I love that.
You know, if you
fuck what anyone else says.
If you do what others do, don't be surprised when you get what others get. So it's like, if you're gonna not post because of a kid calling you corny, look at that kid. Realize, like, really think to yourself, is that who you want to be? Because if it's not, post those videos.
Yeah. I love that. And then, that's awesome, Zane. Like, that takes balls, like you said. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, it's consistency, bro. Like, there's nothing too, I mean, I have my stories and stuff, but at the end of the day, I'm just a person. But, you know, putting myself out there over the past, like, 5 days, I've gotten, literally, I got 1,300 followers, 100,000 likes, just posting videos every day.
Sick. That's so sick. That's so sick. That's awesome. That's how famous people, influencers, like, they all start here.
Yeah, like, how are you gonna get to the top if you can't fucking start? You
exactly.
know?
Like, it's gonna be embarrassing until you have that 20-50K. Would you say it's hard being CEO, a kid, a high schooler, all in one in this day and age of judgment, everything like that?
No. And the reason why I say that is passion. If you're really passionate about something, nothing's really hard. You know, it's like, yeah, I don't sleep a lot. Yeah, I don't go out a lot, but I'm doing what I love.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like a lot of people think it's challenging because they're scared of what others have to say, and they let others' opinions define them. So a lot of people are literally, when you think about your friends, they are who others project them to be. And I'm not a person that, you know, it's like, what I'm doing is for the benefit of the people I love. And it's like, that never gets hard. Mm-hmm. You know, every day is like, it's like the gym. If you show up, but you had a bad workout, it doesn't matter. You showed up, those days will stack, and it's the same thing. I show up to work, I hop on a call, had a bad day, it doesn't matter. I hopped on the call. I moved the needle.
Yeah.
And eventually that needle is going to move 1,000 miles, and that's what brings the money. That's what brings happiness.
That's awesome.
Well, I don't want to say money brings happiness, but they are simultaneous.
Oh, that's a bar.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bar. No one's ever said that. How do you manage your time with, I know you just said you have sleepless nights, you barely get sleep. How do you manage your time with school and being a CEO? Like, is school, like, what's your opinion on school? Is it important to you? Is it most of your time goes to business and then school, vice versa?
Yeah, I mean, my philosophy, has changed for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But at first it was really stressful, you know. I was always worried, I got this test in 4 months. I got this deadline I got to do for Pure Fusion, you know, in 2 months, whatever it is. But then I read a book by Alex Hormozi. And
what's that book called?
$100 Million Offers. And I was listening to his podcast on his 2024 recap. And a piece of advice he dropped, and is now my philosophy, is don't focus on things you have to do because you don't have the resources to do them now. Focus on what you can do today. And that's how I go into every single one of my days. Like, what can I do for Pure Fusion, and what can I do for school? What is more important? What is harder to get done? What is easier to get done? And then I just arrange it. And when you build your list, it's like, the reason why I have sleepless nights is I build a list. And if that list isn't done at 2 a.m., I got to keep doing it. You know, it doesn't really matter. I'm 17, bro. I can go sleepless nights. I'm fine.
Yeah.
But, it does get overwhelming at times, but it's nothing you can't do. Humans are resilient. You know, why we succeeded, and it's talked about a lot in history, is we're not the fastest, we're not the strongest, we're the most consistent, we're the most resilient. That's how we used to hunt animals. We'd hunt animals for days. They'd outrun us because they could run 40 miles an hour at a time, but at the end of the day, it's not a marathon. It's not a race, it's a marathon. And you just slowly stack. You stack, you stack, you stack, you stack, you stack, you stack, and at the end of the day, you're going to have this beautiful statue that you've been building. Yeah.
That's sick. You're a fucking motivational speaker in your normal sentences. I love that. What's your, biggest struggle right now? And, are you trying to fix it, or is it just a struggle for now until you figure out the solution?
To be honest, my biggest struggle, and I mean, call me a hypocrite, but it's walking away from what I want for what I need. You know, I have some people that they bring me a lot of joy, but they consume a lot of my time, especially with girls, guys. You got to stay away from girls for sure. But, you know, it's unfortunately, it's one of those people that I opened up to. It was the first person I opened up to. Beautiful, amazing person. But has my mind in a daze sometimes, and it's like gets me distracted.
Definitely
gets me distracted, and it's like
we've talked about this one.
Yeah, walking away from what I want, which is that person to be happy with me, or as friends, whatever it is just an amazing person for what I need, and what I need is absolute focus, flow state.
Flow state.
Yeah, those are distractions. It's like once you cut those distractions off, you enter that flow state. And you just start to love what you're doing. That's what flow state really is. People say flow state is like this state of focus. No, it's enjoyment in what you're doing. Because it's like, how could you stop? You know, I'm having fun, and it's benefiting me. That's real flow state, to be honest. But that's my biggest struggle. Another struggle I've been having is iron sharpens iron. Surrounding myself with the right people. It's hard to find, but...
You don't want a cancer in your business.
Exactly. And I had some cancers, for sure. But, yeah, you know, it's like, for a while I thought no one out there was like me. And adults say it, but kids don't, you know. It's like, your story has been lived, and there are people like you, and I just never believed that because I'm a pretty stubborn, independent person, but I realized, wow, there is a lot of people like me. You just have to know where to look.
100%.
And you can't look until you start.
Wow.
Yeah. How are you going to look if you can't even turn the lights on? Literally.
I love that. That's fire. How are you going to look if you can't even turn the lights on? Wow. What's been like, did you tell that certain individual that, or you just flipped a switch? And like, what was their reaction? Because, guys, something, me personally, that I struggled with for a super long time was I was trying to make every single person that I met, like, happy. And, like, I would break myself down to build them up. And that's, like, really affected me in the long run.
Yeah.
On an emotional level.
Absolutely. I used to be the exact same way.
Yeah.
And two quotes that saved my life were, sometimes you have to close the window no matter how beautiful the view is. Which is, sometimes you got to say bye. Even if they make you feel like you're on top of the world. Because they could be causing you more harm than good. You know, feelings are temporary, results are forever. And another quote that I still live by every day is, you know, if you spend your time chasing butterflies, the butterflies will run away from you. But if you spend your time building a beautiful garden, the butterflies will come to you. And that's saying, if you spend your time building people up, they're going to leave you once they're up. But if you spend your time building yourself up, the people that help you build up are going to come. Because you can't, you know, journeys have multiple characters. Movies have multiple characters. You got to find your supporting characters and support them. It's the same thing. It's
find
like,
them along the way.
Yeah. Focus on your journey. At the end of the day, the man that's focused on the destination is not going to walk as far as the man focused on the journey. If your goal is being better, you will never stop at $100 million. You'll never stop at $10 million. You won't stop at the prettiest girl. You'll get everything you want.
I love that, bro.
Don't set a instrument. This is something I try to tell you all the time. Don't set a ceiling for yourself, you know?
Yeah.
Like, don't focus on...
Sky's the limit.
Sky. It's not even the sky. It's you. You're the limit. How hard are you willing to push yourself? You know, your limit could be 4 feet, or it could be 1,000,000 miles. It's like, what is your limit? And that's what people need to figure out.
What's your advice for kids our age, like, trying to start their own company or be like what we're doing, get themselves out there? Like, guys, like Zane was saying, iron sharpens iron. Like, you got to find a core group. Like, I wouldn't be doing this right now without Zane. Like,
I wouldn't be doing this without you.
Like, PF, when PF was in the mud, like, we were dead ass. Like, I, like, took, like, a month, 2 months just to, like, focus on Zane. And now that he's getting Pure Fusion more stable, he's giving it to me, too. Like, We definitely it's changed our lives. But what advice would you give to people right now trying to do what we're doing or start their own thing or get into work? Because I have kids ask me all the time.
Yeah. I mean, what I tell a lot of people is, and at first I used to think I needed people to start. You don't. You need yourself. You need passion. You need a big set of balls to take that leap of faith. But, I mean, it's like, just do it. Stop talking the talk. Start walking the walk. I'll help anybody, but I'm not going to help you if you're not walking. If you're coming to me saying you want to start, why would I help you if you haven't even started? What am I going to help? And I think it's really just finding what you love. And something on the business aspect of things is a lot of people like to say when a company runs out of capital, they go under. Back on the business aspect of things, a lot of people like to say that companies go under when they run out of capital. That's not true. Companies go under when their founders run out of passion. Because it's like, imagine having a family. If you're dirt poor, $0, are you just going to leave your family? No. You're going to get in the mud. You're going to get down and dirty and do what you can to get out. And that's the exact same thing. It's like, find what you love. It doesn't matter if there's a billion players in the market. It doesn't matter if, you're competing against Bill Gates. If you love it, you're going to outcompete that guy. At the end of the day, hard work beats talent when talent fails. Work hard, and hard work is dedication. And if you dedicate yourself to passion, people build Lego cities for fun. Spend hundreds of hours building Lego cities. If you could spend hundreds of hours on something you love, are you going to get tired? No, you love it.
Yeah.
It's just, but with love comes hard shit.
Discipline.
Discipline. It's that's the one thing you asked me what I think about school. For me, my journey, school is not too important because I don't need a special degree to do what I'm doing. But something that school has taught me, and my dad made me realize this because I'd always complain to my dad. And it's like, dude, why am I going to school? Why am I doing this? And it's like, he looked at me in the face and it's like, you just don't want to do something you don't want to do. You don't want to do the hard work. And I started applying that in my life. And it's like, wow, what school really teaches you is how to show up when you don't want to show up and do what you don't want to do. Because even with stuff you love, like Pure Fusion, there's paperwork, there's meetings, there's terms, there's lawyers, there's stuff I don't want to do, but I have to do it anyway. And that's the one very valuable lesson you can walk away from school if you think that it's not too important. People love to say, and this is where that TikTok brain rot thing comes from, is like, F students are the inventors. A lot of F students like to say they don't need school because they don't like doing the hard work. The real kids that don't need school are the kids that try their best at school but have other shit going on.
Yeah.
School is definitely important for the mindset things. It's like the math, bro. You're not going to use half of this math you do. Half of the stuff I brainstorm for Pure Fusion and spend months working on, I don't end up using.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing, and it sucks. It really does when you put your heart and soul into something and you don't get a good grade, or I put my heart and soul into a project and I don't even use it. But it's like, bro.
Practice is routine.
Not even it's discipline, bro. It's not if you expect your life to be a straight path, it's impossible. Straight lines don't exist in nature. Literally nature.
How's it gonna exist in the real world?
Yeah. How are you gonna have a straight path if look outside. If nothing out there is a straight line, how are you gonna expect your shit to be a straight line?
No, facts. You just gotta go with the flow, but have a plan. You feel me?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but
yeah, I mean, a plan. You need a plan.
100%.
I like to see, it may sound a little funny to people, but I feel like life's going in a war. It's like that dog mentality. It's like, how are you going to win this battle? And how is that going to affect the overall war?
Coach always preaches to us, are you willing to die for it? How bad do you really want it? And that's the question you got to ask yourself every time you wake up. How bad do you really want this shit? If you're going one day without thinking of your passion, why are you even doing it? You have to wake up every day, and that should be at least pops in your mind once a day.
Yeah, I mean, something that, Coach preached to me, and that.
One more shout out to Coach Sue, bro. That ass, speaking for me and Zane both, we would not be where we are today without Coach Sue on an advice level, physical level, mental level, emotional level.
Everything.
He's one of the GOATs, for real.
Yeah, Coach is 101 for sure.
Yeah, he's MJ.
Yeah.
Literally.
But something Coach taught me, and it's like, for the kids that want to start something, first ask yourself, are you starting something because you want an easy way out? Because if so, dude, it's going to be a lot harder than an easy way out. I think starting something on your own is way harder than school because there's no guidance. There's no support. If you fail, you fail. It's not like if you fail, you have the opportunity to bring your grade up. If you fail, you're done. There's no coming back. And it's, if you're not ready to compete against people, this is literally what Coach Sue told me, and this is when I had cancers in my company and hanging out with people that brought my frequency down, brought my performance down. It's like, if you're not ready to compete against people that if they don't, like for me, I'm going to use myself as an example. If they don't sell their bags, their family doesn't eat. If those guys don't sell their bags, they don't have power. They don't have water. They don't have a car. They have nothing. And it's like me, who I came from some privilege, it's like, am I willing to take on that competition? It's like, and if you're not ready to compete against those people that will literally lay someone down to get what they want down, don't do it. It's not worth it. It's and this is something else. So it's like, again, it's like you age so much, you get so much wisdom starting something like this. It's stop trying and start deciding. Everyone's trying, bro. Literally.
As cliche as it sounds.
Literally, go to your school. Ask people, how many people are trading crypto? How many people are drop shipping? How many people are trying to start a clothing brand? But the difference between you, and how you can set yourself apart is you're not trying. You're deciding. You are making decisions every day that move the needle. A lot of people, when they start things, and it's something I definitely did, is they do a lot of busy work to make themselves feel like they're doing something, like they're moving their needle when you're not. If you're not doing something that can translate to the end of the day, like, I can use this. This is going to make me sales. This is going to build my brand. You're doing something wrong.
Do you deal with, like, talking about your company, do you deal with day-to-day hate? Like, I know everybody, hate is jealousy in this day and age. How do you deal with your hate? Like, do you have any hate, or is everyone?
No, I mean, I for sure had hate at first. I was a little bit of a goony kid. People thought people thought I was a loser, and it's like that stems from those things that happened to me.
Yeah.
3 series of events. It's like I used to just tell myself, I know something they fucking don't, and what I know is what I've been through, and I'm never gonna ever in my life let someone take that away from me, and that's how I deal with my hate. I know something you don't. Judge me all you want. I've been through some shit. And I'm not going to let you take that away from me. I'm not going to let you, tear me down. And again, it's that quote, winners focus on winning, losers focus on winners. You're just jealous I'm winning. You're jealous I'm making myself a better person, something that you're not actively doing. And at the end of the day, 10 years from now, like, look who's really winning in life. Is it you who made fun of me for having a dream and a passion, or is it me, someone that ran with that dream and a passion and made something out of myself? Not my passion, but myself. Like, this is my last name. This is what I'm doing. I deal with hate all the time, and it's funny because the haters know me, but I don't know them.
At the end of the day, they're speaking about your name.
Yeah, and I'm not speaking about you. Like, I'm not even. You're not even in my mind.
It's working.
Yeah, like when haters are hating on you, like, are you thinking about them? No. Why would I care? Yeah. It's below me.
100%. What's your next steps for Pure Fusion? I know it's new thing every day, whether that's working on a wholesale deal or door-to-door sales or website sales, whatever. What's your next step?
Well, and next step is running these Meta AI campaigns.
It's the future.
That's the future for sure. And yeah, if you're not running Meta AI for your business, you're doing something wrong, because it's kind of scary what those AIs can do, to be honest.
100%.
Like, we're training our AI right now, so that's what I'm focused on. That's my next step, running these ads, get more, just sales online through social media. But in wholesale, that's a big step we're really focusing on. But it's something else that I learned the other day, and I'm kind of slowing down on that end and really honing in on the meta AI, because if you try to build 5 things at once, nothing's going to happen. But if you focus on one thing and stack it, everything else will follow. You can't run in 5 different directions at once. You'll go nowhere. I talked about that in one of my TikTok videos, matter of fact. But,
we spoke about that during the summer, because during the summer, our main focus was content, athlete videos, shit like that. But, you know, we keep bringing up Sub, but we had a meeting with Sub. He was like, posting content is only going to get you so many sales. You have to actually sell it. Yeah. Personally.
Exactly.
Tell me a little bit about that.
I mean, yeah, Coach Sub, I remember this tripped me out, but it was like literally blew my mind to the point I almost got this tattooed on me now thinking about it. It's kind of stupid. Thank God I didn't do that. But, you know, we were at a cafe, and it was me, Strummer, and Sub, and we were talking about the sales. I'm like, yeah, I'm posting these videos. I'm getting online attention. You know, I got 250,000 views a month off rip, like reoccurring. He's like, bro, that's not going to sell. What's going to sell is your purpose. And he asked me what my purpose was. And I was like, oh, my purpose is to build the biggest protein supplement brand. And he cut me off. And he was like, no, what is your purpose? And that's when I was, again, just an absolute personal development point. Because it's like my purpose is to be a brand that shows people to carry their wounds as scars. Because at the end of the day, everyone goes through shit, you know? Yeah, my story's bad, but there's a billion people out there with an even worse story. And I just want to be a guiding light for them. And that correlates to my dream. People used to ask me what my dream is, right? And I used to be, biggest protein supplement brand, like leading everything in the fitness industry. No, my real dream at the end of the day is being at the gym, talking to some guy I just met who is asking for some advice on working out. And he tells me, yeah, I'm in this gym because I'm trying to be a better person. And I'm started to take this protein supplement, Pure Fusion. That's my dream. My dream is to help people ascend.
Because we've had, like, me and Zane were just in Boulder the other weekend, and we were filming some content in the gym, and that one guy, like, came up to us.
Yeah.
And was like, oh, what are you guys filming? Blah, blah, blah. And you kind of, like, spit game on him. Like, what did he... Because I didn't really hear that conversation. What did you guys talk about? Like, did he say why he was in the gym or anything like that? Like,
I mean, he said he's getting bigger, and I was like, bro, like, I love it. Like, yeah. And then I just told him what I was, saying earlier. It's like the days will stack. You're already huge, but just keep showing up, and you're gonna get bigger every day. And he actually ended up DMing me on Instagram, and I shipped him out a free bag of protein.
No way.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
But yeah, I mean, that's the dream.
That's awesome.
Helping people get better, because it's like there's so much hate out there, and it's like it's so scary to put yourself out there. It's so scary to try to be a better person. And if there could just be a shield from that, and if that shield could be my brand, that would make me the happiest person in the world.
I love that.
And that's why I said money and happiness is simultaneous, because not only will I be making money off of that, I would have pride. I would have joy. Like, I'm doing something good in my life. I'm making people stronger. I'm making people happier. I'm making people more confident. My company is actually starting something called the Fusion 50. It's a spin-off of 75 Hard. Shout out Ira.
Shout out Ira.
But
what's the Fusion 50?
The Fusion 50 is an opportunity for people to lock in and do something that makes yourself better every day. So we have a regimen, but and I'm not going to talk about the regimen now, because we're going to release that once the challenge starts.
Stay tuned at pf.purefusion on Instagram.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you guys go check in and see what's up.
Yeah, but so we're trying to, again, like that shield, I'm saying. And back to the point you brought up, you need a village. You can't do stuff alone. Doing stuff alone is a lot harder than doing it with other people. So we're trying to do it for teenagers, the most unconfident generation is ours because of social media, because of bullying, cyberbullying, whatever it is. We want to kind of break that, like make a little crack,
And in theory, what everybody says is us as young entrepreneurs and young kids, like, we're the future.
Absolutely. That's where this challenge comes from. And it's like, opportunity for high schooler and young guys. You know, you could be 25, you could be 40. We don't really care. All we care about is that you're actively making yourself better and helping other people get better by posting results, posting something that you did today that made yourself a better person, giving you the opportunity, a reason to put yourself out there. You know, it's like a little boost. And when you're doing it with, even if 15 people participate in this challenge, you're doing it with 15 other people, you know? Like, that's a lot cooler than doing it on your own. And you're part of a movement in a way. You know, it's like, yeah, it's small. Yeah, it's a little dent. But consistency, it will stack. If we keep making dents, it's going to make a crack. And that crack is going to turn into an absolute pothole. And that's the idea behind it. We want this generation of be comfortable. Use social media as a positive, not a negative.
And like Zane's saying, use social media as a positive. You see me and Zane post. Well, I don't post as much as he does, but I'm getting into it. I post here and there. But guys, don't be afraid to reach out to people. Send that DM. Ask for that number. Like, I know me, myself, I love helping young kids on the grind. Like, give them advice. I always have people texting me about clothing items and asking for my help. But guys, if you're scared or anything like that, just send it. Like we talked about in my previous episode with Leo, you gotta come over that fear. Like, I know Zane especially, he was very open to letting new people in, and you have to test yourself. It's not, oh, I'm gonna send the DM, he's gonna say yes, and then we're good. Like, you send the DM, they say yes, and you gotta prove yourself on why you can help. You know what I mean? Like, build off that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I offer that opportunity to everybody, and even people watching. Like, if you want to come work for me, if you want to get a little money, if you want to learn how to do something, come my way.
Same with me. Yeah. Send that DM to PF, Pure Fusion, or Saturday Service Podcast.
Or even my personal, like, DM me, text my phone number, find my phone number, ask
whatever it is.
My phone number.
Like, literally, guys, we're always open to finding new people, helping new people. Just say the word.
I mean, I feel like that's the most fulfilling thing, but it's like, one thing I'm very serious about is don't hit me on bullshit. You know, it's like
100%.
I'm going to text you back. I'm going to listen to what you have to say, and I'm going to help you in the ways I can. But if you're not ready to take those steps and you're not ready to put the work in and make yourself a better person,
don't waste your own time.
Text me when you're ready, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'll respond. I'll talk to you. I'll work with you. But if I see that, you know, you're just scared or you're trying, not deciding, then I'm going to stop texting you back. So it's like, really, if you're going to text us, make sure you're not trying to make yourself better. You're actively deciding. Like, this is what you're going to do. You're going to be a better person. You're going to grow. You're going to build something. Decide. Stop. Like, I can't emphasize that enough. I keep saying this, but really, like, think about that. Like, spend 2 minutes thinking about what that means. Stop trying. Start deciding. Everybody in the world is trying. Everybody in the world wants money. But the only people that succeed are the people that decide that's what they're going to do.
Something that I love to live by is one day or day one. Like, guys, that day, you're not waiting on the right day to come. You have to make that day the right day and start.
Opportunity doesn't knock twice, my boy.
Facts. And you could be waiting for that handout, wait for someone to come to you, but where are you going to get? Yeah. So Zane, people that are scared to cross that bridge or start today for their dream journey, next step, what do you have to say to them and just give them some rocket fuel to fucking take off?
You know, Stormer, this is something I say all the time, and I was telling you the other day, is like, ask for forgiveness, then approval. If you are waiting for approval to start, you're never going to start because no one's going to give you the approval. No one's going to want competition. No one's going to want someone trying to do what they're doing. Just do it.
And that's no matter what in life, guys. Like, whether that's nothing illegal, but whether that's like starting your company or something as small as when me and Zane were in Boulder, we were like with my sister and she didn't know if we could walk a certain way on the campus, but Zane was like, ask for forgiveness and then approval.
Just do it.
Like, even the little things in life, guys, just fucking take that step. And then let's say the ground breaks below you, figure out how to climb back up.
Yeah, I mean, it's even like, what's the worst that's going to happen? You start where you started?
Exactly.
Like,
you get set back a couple steps.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, and that's the thing that goes back, every day stacks. You could have a horrible day, you know? You could lose $20,000, but if you've been doing this for some time, those $20,000 are nothing compared to what you've built or what you've gained at all.
100%. Guys, nothing I can emphasize more than just start. Like, our biggest, if you're young, under the age of 21, watching this, our biggest superpower right now is our age. People want to believe in you for your age, see your journey, start now. Like, guys, I resold my first pair of shoes when I was 9 years old. I got my first job when I was 13 because I went to a sneaker store. I talked to the owner and asked him, what do I have to do to work for you? And something that's more important than any amount of money can buy, to an extent, at a young age, is your connection. Build those connections. Like, the main thing that I'm focusing on, I've been very successful in my businesses, but connection is key. Connections are fucking priceless in this day and age.
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
And something I learned, again, shout out Coach Sue for like the 8th time, is
more to come.
Yeah, business relations, you know. It's like, and this is actually something I learned from Peter Kaufman as well. Peter Kaufman is super successful, multi-billionaire, but also one of the best people I've ever met. You know, I briefly met him, had an hour conversation with him, but again, like, from what I could tell, he's one of the best people I've ever met. But anyway, what he taught me was you always have to be able to give value, you know, and that goes back to the business relations. If you meet someone who's very successful and they don't want to help you at first, but you're constantly bringing them value and you've been friends for, 2 years now, shit. Hold on, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, you're good. Guys, Coach Sub, sorry to interrupt. Coach Sub just called me. Coach, speak some words of wisdom before. Guys, I'm about to give you a little teaser. We are having Coach Sub on the podcast this Sunday, so stay tuned. Coach, talk to the people.
Hey, what you man, you can't be putting me on the spot like that, man. You know.
Coach, just give him a little quote you live by.
Oh, a quote that I live by?
Yeah.
Day by day, brick by brick.
A win is a win. Come on, Coach.
Day by day, brick by brick. My boy, a win is a win. We're going to do the small things right. And going to keep stacking them bricks, man.
Guys, stay tuned for Coach Su's episode. That shit is going to be insane. That shit's going to be a game changer. All right, Coach. Appreciate you. I'm going to hit you this week. All right, safety.
What a guy.
Fucking legend right there.
Guy.
What were we talking about?
Business relations.
Business relations, networking, connections.
Like I said earlier, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And it's like, be nice to the kids you know now, because who knows, maybe 4 years from now,
100%, guys.
Be the head CEO of Netflix. Or
no matter who it is, if it's the nerd, if it's the jock, if it's the bully, guys, just treat everybody the same.
Yeah.
That's something I can't emphasize enough. Like, if it's someone you just met, if it's someone you've known your whole life, just treat everyone the same, guys. We're all human. We're all on this journey together. We're all on this planet together. Nobody is above anyone. Like, we're all on the same level, guys. So
yeah.
Just treat everybody the same.
And, sorry, I'm going to sit up now. But, something else is like, and I don't know if I said this earlier. Well, I did, but, like, I don't know if we cut it off. A lesson I learned from Peter Kaufman, multi-billionaire, one of the most successful business people I've ever met in my life, is you got to offer value. You got to be able to offer value to people. Nothing in life, if your relations are transactional, the relationships go nowhere. So relationships can't be transactional. You have to be able to offer value. Because when you offer value from a business standpoint, they don't want to get rid of you. They can't get rid of you. And the seeds that you build that way will come into play later. You know, it's like I want to shout out my boy Chris Hooks. I want to shout out my boy Chris Hooks. Chris Hooks came to listen to me pitch my protein powder sophomore year, so 2 years ago already, almost 3. And at first, he was just getting coffee with me, giving me advice. But slowly, as I build that relation, I've offered him as much value as I possibly could, and he has as well. And that's saying, plant those seeds now so they can blossom into a tree, and you can reap the utmost benefits from them.
Plant the seed. Take the first step.
Just plant the seed. It's not what you know, it's who you know, you know?
Guys, not to literally sound like a broken record, but this shit that we keep repeating from young people, we don't know anything, guys. We just know from what we've lived. I've only lived 16 years on this beautiful planet. Zane's only lived 17, but we have learned a lot so far at a young age, and we're just trying to implement it to you guys. Like, it's so important. Your connections are everything, guys.
Yeah, and to add on to that, by no means are Strummer and I, super, super successful people.
At all. We're the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, but it's like, at least we started.
100%.
Like, we know what it takes to start. We know what it's like. And, yeah, I mean, just listen to what we have to say. We're not trying to come off as better than anybody at all. It's more or less like, takes a village. Like, my generation's technically part of my village. So it's like, whoever I can help, whoever we can help grow from the little lessons we've learned so far, like, we have to. And the one last thing I want to share, and it's a quote, for people that, have dreams of that super successful, luxurious life, but you're still doing what other people are doing, and this is what Peter Kaufman also taught me. It's like, if you do what others do, don't be surprised when you get what others get. Take the leap of faith. Be different. Something my mom used to tell me all the time when I was little is, if someone ever calls you weird, say thank you. And why is that? Is because weird people are the only people that make a difference in life.
100%.
Normal people are normal. They're never going to be anything. They can be normal. But, if you got a quirk, if you're a little weird, it's fucking
That's
own
good.
that shit. That's
Zane's
you.
weird as fuck, guys.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to own that shit. I am weird. Like I'm weird.
Literally.
But I'm proud of that.
100%.
Because that's what makes me different. That's what makes me, when I go
unique.
Talk to somebody, I'm unique. Yeah.
Stand out.
Like, if I make a business relation, it's not, oh, yeah, that's just another student. Oh, damn, that kid? Like, Zane? Oh, yeah, I kind of remember Zane. Why? Because I was different. Like, if you're normal, you're doing something wrong. If you
100%.
do what others do, if you do what others do, don't be surprised when you get what others get.
100%.
And that's the other thing of just start. It's almost the exact same quote. I forgot who said this, but if you do what you've done every day, don't be surprised if you get what you've gotten every day. Like, if you think all of a sudden this magical bird is going to come into your life and make you a billionaire, make you the most famous artist in the world, whatever it is, it's not going to happen. Ever. That's never going to happen. Because if you keep doing what you've been doing, you're going to keep getting what you've been getting. So make that change. Take that leap.
When me and Zane were in Boulder, we were at a tailgate. Me, him, and my sister. And Zane mostly, but we just started going up to, like, random, like, no shade, but, like, 50, 60-plus-year-old men. We were just like, oh, how's it going? We just sparked conversation. Yeah. We learned so much. But it's just little things, guys. But, yeah, guys, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you go ahead and follow Saturday Service Podcast, my personal, Strummer.Rouse, and Zane's profiles, pf.purefusion, Zane Burstin, everything on Instagram, guys. Follow along the journey. Send us those DMs. If you are ready to work, guys, just send the DM. We will make something happen. But, yeah, any last words?
Just do it.
Shout out fucking PF, boys. Let's go. My dog.